Hey home bakers, it's Jack here at bakerwithjack.co.uk, and if you've been here for a while you'll be aware of my distaste towards using mixers for making bread, but this one's different, okay? Roll that theme tune! Hello to you and welcome back to the Bake with Jack YouTube channel, where I make videos to help you make bread. And for a while now I've been having a play with the Ankarsrum mixer from Sweden, gifted to me by Borough Kitchen in England. Now you know me and you know I favour making bread by hand for a few reasons. Firstly, I like it. Secondly, you get to feel the dough change along the way, which is such a valuable thing we can learn from. And thirdly, most mixers are not actually designed to make bread inside. A dough hook is often added as an afterthought to a multi-purpose machine, and that's what sets the Ankarsrum apart. Ankarsrum? While it can still do 1,000,001 other things like whip cream or make pasta or grate or blend or mince or squeeze lemons. Why? Its primary function seems to be bread. It's what it has been made for. I've been using it for a while now, and quite frankly, it's saved my baking in recent weeks where I've had to churn out multiple doughs one after another. Quick disclaimer alert, yes, the people at Borough Kitchen did give me this machine for free in exchange for talking to you about it. Thank you very much. No, I haven't used all the attachments it came with, and buy one if you like. I'm not trying to sell this to you. I receive no financial incentive. This video is just to share with you my thoughts, what I like and what I don't like. Cut to the table. So here we are at the table, and straight away something that I like about it is that the knob that you use to turn it on and off is actually also a timer. You can set it between 1 and 12 minutes and it turns itself off after, which is pretty sweet. The other knob is for speed, which I've just used on its slowest setting for bread. This is the part that I haven't used yet. It's a dough hook, and from what I gather it's used for working particularly wet doughs. This part is the roller I have been using, and the other piece here is a scraper which scrapes down the side of the bowl as it goes. This part is pretty unique. On top it's got this kind of spring-loaded moving arm which can be fixed in a specific place or used loose. Attach the roller to this piece and secure it in place, and what you'll notice here is that you just put it on. There's no weird plastic mechanisms or twisting actions required. You just put things in place, just like the scraper which attaches here, and when you turn it on, the bowl moves. What? Yeah, I know. I'm going to make a dough here so you get the gist. The recipe is not dissimilar to the simple yeasted loaf tutorial in video number 130. Enough for 2 loaves, 1 kilo of flour in total. I've turned it on, yeast goes in followed by water and then flour and salt. You need to give the scraper a little wiggle at this point to help keep things moving, which is no big deal. And as it comes together, I put the oil in. There it goes. From here on in, that's it. I like to set a timer when things look incorporated to just time the kneading part rather than the mixing and the kneading combined, and then just leave it to do its thing. There are a couple of things I notice here. One is that the moving arm, as best as you try to secure it in place, it never really gets secured in place. I wonder if it's because my dough is quite a firm one for this recipe, but it kind of seems to wiggle around a little bit, and I think that's okay. Also, what I like here is that the action is a really gentle one. It's kind of moving and pressing the dough in a relaxed manner, not unlike you would do by hand. The dough pushes the roller instead of the roller or the hook twisting up and tearing the dough. That often feels what happens in lesser machines. And while that is happening, the scraper rests itself onto the bowl's edge, cleaning the side of the bowl itself, which is pretty wicked. Because of the gentle action, gluten tends to take a little longer to develop. I've been giving doughs up to 12 minutes instead of my normal 8 by hand. But that's not a negative, it's not a race, it's just a way. So do whatever you like at this point. Have a little sit down, make a cup of coffee, catch up on your favourite YouTube channel on your telephone. I love this guy, man. You are free to do whatever you wish.
blended.
Now that it's done, everything comes out super easily. The roller, scraper, even the bowl just lifts off, and you'll be left flabbergasted wondering why every other kitchen machine doesn't come apart as easily as this one. As you may notice by the tone of this video, I've developed a fondness for the Ankarsrum mixer. At the beginning of our time together, I was feeling frustrated, hunting for clues, like what on earth am I supposed to do with this thing? And just wanted to chuck everything in it and leave it alone and say, deal with that for me, sort it out. But that's not how it works. After spending time together, we've grown together, learned each other's nuances, and I've developed a real understanding of what it takes to make bread in a mixer. A mixer is not a fix-all, it's something to understand and work with instead of putting to work for you, and it works well. Here comes the dough you're all waiting to see. It looks like dough, it feels like dough. It's developed nicely, gently. It's not twisted beyond recognition, overly tightened up, torn or beaten, battered and bruised. It's just nicely worked dough. Soft, supple as you would expect, and that's all. Ball it up as usual. I've been using the bowl to rest it in with the lid on top. So those are my first impressions. I've been using this for a few months. It comes with some other bits and bobs in the box, like whisks and some other things I couldn't care less about. A pretty hefty brochure showcasing everything else it can do if that's what turns you on, and a little recipe book as well, which is a nice touch. And while we are looking at this shot, let's take a minute to acknowledge the tagline here. A tough kitchen machine made to work really hard. That is a bold and massive claim that only time will tell. But from here, I can see that this thing is pretty solid, head and shoulders above any other home mix that I've used, certainly in terms of build quality, and for that, it will cost you a pretty penny. Upwards of 649 of your fine English pounds. It would be cool to revisit this a couple of years down the line to see if that tagline truly holds up. And until then, thank you so much for stopping by. If you have experience of this mixer, let us know what you think about it in the comments underneath. There's a link in the description if you want to buy one that I don't benefit from in the slightest. Click like if you liked it, click subscribe if you want to stick around, and I look forward to seeing you very soon for another one. That was long. See ya. And there it is. I hope you got some value out of this one. I know loads of you have seen this bad boy in the background in the kitchen here at Bake with Jack Studios and asked me my thoughts, but I wanted to give it enough of a go before I let you know. Don't forget you can sign up for your weekly Homemakers Bulletin and get all my content from the week delivered to your inbox absolutely free. The link in the description. And that's it. See you soon.